Alright, hello everybody, hello, this is Ricky Mike, coach of the Virginia Victinis, and we are here for our quarterfinals game versus Las Vegas Rotoms and their coach, Rose God. You can see the matchup on your screen. They do have, we do have an interesting matchup for this. They do have Terran across, which is terrifying. Cinders and Sarura always annoying. The Ursaluna Blood Moon, of course, always a pain. The Ansi and Slowking are low-key threats. And then you have the Pokemon that is not showing for some reason, which is the Taurus Water. Anyways, here's the thing that we're going to be bringing. We do have just a interesting setup set with an Elave, with the Anchor. You will see what for. Loaded as Garchomp to try to sweep. Choice Scarf, Trick Deoxys because I don't want that Necrozma to do things to me. Just a regular choice one Scissors, an interesting dual screen Rotom to try to let us set up, and probably the most important Pokemon for this game is the Tentacruel with Toxic Spikes because he doesn't have removal other than the Cinderace, and also his grounded poison type is a Swallow, which I don't think he will bring. So the strategy for this game was mostly just to, I guess, try to set up Toxic Spikes and just stall out and chip out his team. I didn't want to play the Hazards game with Garchomp because, they do have a Cinderace, and I don't want to be playing the game about, having to spin my own stuff if it twists around, while Toxic Spikes can be removed just by me switching in. So, yeah, we're running Terrafire and Elave because I don't want to get burned by the Cinderace, which is very much assuming that Cinderace is going to try to burn me, and if I Terrafire in front of Cinderace, Cinderace can do absolutely nothing to Annihilate. With a couple of Volcats up, we should be able to sweep the team, depending on what they have. It's always interesting with Terra Annihilate. Very good Pokemon. I have been very happy to have it this season. And yeah, what else? The Rotom specifically has the eject pad to be able to pivot out in case the Ursaluna tries to block my ball switch. Obviously, I am a screen, so I want to be in and out as soon as possible. But yeah, that's going to be the team, and let's go into the matchup real quick. Now, full disclosure, this is a pause cam because for some reason my stupid OBS decided it didn't want to record. So yeah, great, right? It didn't want to record my voice, sorry. So it is my side, but it is pulsecom, so I'm just gonna talk about what happens in the game. I do see an Aqua Tauros in there, which I do not understand at this moment because I didn't think was good against the game, especially given that I have a Nile with potentially, Defiant, right? But so I didn't prep for it at all. But I did bring it, and I guess my Tentacruel is physically defensive for the most part. So should be able to check it, quote unquote. Anyways, we're gonna lead with Cruella because, like I said, we want Toxic Spikes as soon as possible. They do have the Cinderace, so I am assuming that they are just gonna go ahead and U-turn out in here. They could have Sand Hembot, but I don't think they have the enough move for it. He hits really hard, even though it's a resisted hit, but that is just Libero for you. I did some calcing here, and that is definitely no choice banded. But it could be adamant, so we'll have to be careful about it as they think on what they want to go into. Realistically, like I said, unless he has a bunch of, what is the word? A bunch of heavy-duty boots Pokemon, the Toxic Spike should be really helpful here. Granted, the Cinderace is probably gonna be what's heavy-duty boots, but it is what it is. Anyway, they do go into Sarut, which is annoying because I don't have great switches for this Pokemon. I mean, I do have one on Scissors, but depending on what his set is, they might just hit me really hard. They're just gonna knock off and remove my Black Sludge, which is unfortunate. I should have just run the Rocky Helmet because I knew that there was a possibility that Sarut was just gonna have free knockouts versus me. Anyways, we're just gonna go into Scissors because this is like a free U-turn. There's absolutely nothing the Sarut can do to me other than maybe knock off, but then you will lose your Sarut for no reason. So I'm assuming that they are going to switch out in here and try to go into something else. Probably the Cinderace, so maybe going for the Close Combat could have been a better play. Hindsight's 2020, right? Because he can go into the Necrozma if he's a madman and start setting up. The problem with that is that the Necrozma is Terra Fire, so realistically I cannot do much to it. They actually gonna go to the Ursaluna for some reason, which allows me to get a huge knockoff, huge U-turn off. Granted, don't have a whole lot of things I want to switch into this thing, but my dedicated switch here is the Rotom, which is probably a situation where I do want to be. Realistically, I do want to be in front of this Ursaluna because it is technically what I used to set up the Annihilate, as interesting as that might sound. So in here, I'm just going to go for Light Screen because Ursaluna hits really hard, but once you set up screens versus it, it becomes a lot less scary unless it tries to start setting up on you, and in that case, you know, that would be good for me. They're just gonna go for the Blood Moon, do a decent chunk, but it really doesn't do a whole lot. So in here I had the option to set up a Reflect, or I can just try to Wall Switch out if they try to stay, or could just overheat and burn my, you know, my Jetpack and switch out. Ultimately, I'm gonna decide to do that for some reason, and yeah, we just killed Ursaluna, which is not what I wanted to do. Like I said, it is gonna use our Jetpack, which is, I guess, good for this route, so that way the knockoffs are not gonna hurt as much. But now I'm in the situation where he's probably just gonna bring the Cinderace, so I'm here trying to think what would I go into. For some reason, I decided to go into this. Don't ask me why, because I am not quite sure. I think I was afraid of the Sarut coming in, and this thing doesn't allow the Sarut to come in. Granted, now he's going to send out Cinderace more than likely and just either attack me and kill my Scizor, or he's going to try to do the, you know, core change shenanigans. Yeah, I don't know why Sarut gives me such trouble, dude. Here I'm like, okay, well, if he switches that stuff out, I don't get poison, and I can set up my own screens on my side. He is just gonna Fireball, so it's a good thing I switch out. He did a ton of damage, even though my Rotom is bulky. It's mostly especially defensive bulky. So what I could do here is I could set up a Reflect. I could just Ball Switch. He's just gonna Fireball, which is interesting. But that allows me to get a Ball Switch off with a little bit of free damage on it. That's good that he didn't kill me, I suppose. Cruella is going to allow me to come in. The problem is that yeah, here I don't think they would just attack, and they still have the Libero available because it hasn't activated yet, thanks to then just clicking one move. So they are gonna Curse Change, which removes the Fire to Weakness, which is unfortunate, but and now means that I need to bring my own Tentacruel later. So getting rid of Cinderace there would have been really good, but unfortunately I don't think I played that very well. In here we are good to sack the Rotom because I don't need him for anything else. Like I said, maybe I should have set up the Reflect first, but again, that would just be potentially giving him a Reflect, right? So they're just gonna U-turn out, which is a good play because they can potentially force me on not going into the Tentacruel here to remove my own spikes. Granted, I could go into Scissors and not get poisoned and get a people move out, but I guess I'm not gonna do that. I don't remember what happens. They go into Outback, which is interesting. As I'm going to have to go Cruella and just where does it go? I'm just gonna go Cruella to remove my toxic spikes, I believe. I was running some Calyx. I am defensive, so unless he's max attack with Earthquake, he shouldn't be able to kill me. So I guess I'm going to try to risk it. I don't think that was the best play. And I'm just gonna try to set up the toxic spikes again. They're actually gonna show me that they are the Earthquake, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. We lose our Cruella, but at least we don't have toxic spikes on their side, but they don't have toxic spikes on my side, so that's good for us. Probably a good opportunity to go inside Samehada. Granted, I am Adamant, and I do not have enough speed to outspeed this thing if it's max speed, so I have to be careful about how I do things. I believe a Wake Crash will be able to two-shot me. And again, I didn't prep for this Pokemon, man. I didn't think it would come. I had no idea. I mean, it must be Anger Point, right? That's the only way that it comes versus an Alive. So I'm just going to Scale Shot here for the damage. He's going to send Jamba Juice, which is interesting. He's actually going to take a decent chunk from this because I am loaded dice. Now, granted, he hasn't shown me anything else but one-time moves. And if he goes for a Power Whip here, he'll potentially kill me. So I'm just going to go Scissors. I'm going to hope that he's going to Power Whip here. Maybe I should just attack and get rid of this, because I think that if we do that, we'll be in a huge position. But I chicken out. So we're going to go Scissors. And unfortunately, we're going to have to take half of our help which sucks. But at least we had the freedom to be able to switch up moves now. So, you know, if he goes Necross map, we don't necessarily have to be locked into Bullet Punch if we lock into Bullet Punch. So I'm not sure what he's going to go into here. I can't just U-turn. I don't think they will let this die, but, you know, if they do, they do. I'm guessing that they're just going to, I guess, quote-unquote, sack the Cinderace. But without the Choice Band, I don't think I kill it, which is a problem. Yep. So in hindsight, I should have just Bullet Punched it. And now I'm going to be forced to take some damage with a Pokemon. I could go into Vegeta and start trying to set up, and I think that would have been a good play. Did I do that? Maybe I did that. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I could also go into Samehada and try to do something. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they're playing better than me, even though everything still looks fine. But you know, it is what it is. So we're gonna go to Samehada. If he touches me, he dies, and that's probably why we're gonna go for the Swords Dance. Also, if he burns me, I'm fine because I'm back to normal, I guess. But yeah, the bottom line is that I'm going to Swords Dancing here, I think. Which it will put me in a great position if he like hard switches, but he's actually just gonna do that, which does a ton of damage. He killed Cell, and I know he's probably hoping that I was gonna go for the Scale Shot, so I wouldn't get it, but I actually get the Swords Down, which is fantastic. But now we are back to the same situation with the stupid Sarud, which is going to be annoying, true and true. So he just goes back into this now. In hindsight, I should have just YOLO it here and go for the Scale Shot. But I guess I'm not going to do that because I'm a coward. And I'm just going to go to Scizor because surely he has to click Power Whip here. But no, he clicks freaking Knockoff, dude. And I'm like, what's going on here? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. If I Scale Shot there, he's dead and his entire team dies to Garchomp. So I will come to find out later on that he was actually not, he didn't have Power Whip on this Pokemon for some reason, which sucks for me because now I'm in a horrible position. But we'll still try to play it out. I'm like, well, he will kill me with a knockoff, so I have to go for a. Well, I guess I didn't. It would have been a good idea to just go for it. But now I'm like, okay, I want to try to set up on this. If he knocks off my leftovers, that's not the end of the war. I do have Drain Punch. It's not a horrible position to try to set up. And probably this is going to be the moment that I'm going to realize that I had gotten God. Because he goes into the Albogan like that is perfect. You just activated my Defiant, and I didn't even think about this. I didn't even think about this, dude. I'm like, that is so cool. That is such a good tech. And it makes so much sense. And I seen it used at the very early VGC metas. But I didn't think about it here, and I am Terra Fire, so I cannot even Terra out into, you know, not getting killed. A Wave Crash will kill me here. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lose this game. But it's fine. That is such a cool tech. So yeah, the Wave Crash is gonna kill me. At least I'm gonna get a little bit of damage on the on this damn team. And at this point, I just had to hope that they misplace. So we're going to go into the Oxys. You know, it doesn't matter what. We always outspeed it. Unfortunately, the only move that I have that can kill it is the Psycho Boost. So we are going to go for it. We are going to kill it, which is good. But now I'm locked into Psycho Boost. And I am very... And I had -2 speed, -2 special attack. So it's still not looking good. So realistically, their play should probably just be Sarud. They don't know that I'm scared. They don't know I'm Choice Lock, so they could go Necross my here. They're actually going to go into Diancie, and this may give me a chance. If he were to kill me here, this will give me a chance. But I don't know if they're going to go for it. I'm very nervous at this point. So I'm going to have to... I'm like, well, if I'm going to win this, I need to make some, you know... I need to make some plays. So we're going to go into Vegeta. They're going to Moonblast. Thanks to us being super especially defensive, we do take that damage. And this is where we kind of have to do the play to try to win this game. This is what we brought Encore. Because right now, he freely could just go for a Rock move. if he expects me to Terra, although he could just go for the other thing. We're gonna go ahead and Terra ourselves into fire, which resists the fairy. We're gonna go ahead and anchor it. And they go for Moonblast. And they get the special drug, which means I get attack, which is fantastic. So now, all I need to do is bulk up. And I don't know why I'm not doing that. Somebody stops me. Somebody stops me. The play was always here to bulk up. You bulk up here, you guarantee that this thing has to switch out. If it doesn't switch out, he's just dead next turn. If Saru comes in, he can do nothing to me, so I can just Drain Punch at the turn after. So I'm sorry. My brain just died there. My brain absolutely just died there. So we do get a Drain Punch, which gives us a little bit of help, but that really doesn't do anything for us. And I don't know what am I doing right now. I do not know what am I doing right now. This is so dumb of me. That was the freest bulk up. He's gonna go back into the Wendy, and I'm like, okay, well, all right, freaking bulk up here, because the only thing we can do right now is bulk up. We need to be able to take the Diamond Storm that is gonna come our face. I know that even if he's not especially defensive, I don't kill it with my Rage Fist. So I don't know what I'm thinking here, to be honest with you. Even a Drain Punch will be okay. Just do anything but Rage Fist here. I got overconfident. I do not kill it. If I kill it there, I probably win the game. That was the worst place I could have done, and yeah, I'm not gonna beat about it. I'm just gonna lose the game because of that. And that's nobody's fault. I mean, he played his mind off, and realistically, you know, I gotta play the majority of the game. I could have brought it with Annihilate, and I just completely messed it up. Now, Vegeta is naturally faster, but if he has any kind of speed, he outspeeds me, he kills me, and that's game. There's nothing I can do to this Necrozma, especially not with a lock the Oxys. The only thing I can do is hope that he tries to go for Dragon Dances for some reason, which will be a choke. But they already make. I don't know, dude. It's frustrating to watch this back because I have the game and I just threw it away, in my opinion. So we're just gonna trick it a choice Scarf, which means still not faster than me. He was able to do this anyway, so the strategy with the thing wasn't gonna work. He doesn't kill me with this, which is okay, I guess. I'm just gonna Psycho Boost. I'm gonna do a lot of damage, but I'm not gonna kill it. And I don't think a second one will have killed it, so maybe the play was just to Psycho Boost twice. But I don't know if I would have killed it, to be honest with you. And yeah, that's gonna be a run for WPF. It sucks because I feel like we didn't play the greatest, but we did bring it back, and we have very, very good position to end this. And I choked it. He played well. He made a little bit of a couple of misplays with the Diancie, but ultimately it came down to me being able to trust what I brought Annihilate to do, and that's the lesson that's gonna be learned on this game, right? Trust your sets. Anyways, GG's to Rose. That was a great game, and best of luck to the rest of the season. But yeah, hopefully we'll be back for the next season of WPF, and we'll put on a better showing. We did win the regular season, ended up first. So I guess that is an accomplishment within itself, but I'm not very happy that it ended how it ended. It is what it is. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next league. Bye now.